Okay, so in this tutorial I'm going to look at running the Maven Surefire plugin. Like I said in the last tutorial, the Surefire plugin is for executing your unit tests. And I'd like to emphasize here it's for your unit tests, not integration tests. If we head over to this website, it's maven-apache.org/surefire/maven-surefire-plugin. Then go to Goals Overview. The Surefire plugin has only one goal, and that's the name of the plugin, so it's Surefire:/test. So we know how to run that, so let's cut across to Eclipse and see how that runs. So we have a unit test within our sample1 project. It doesn't actually do much. In fact, I think there's only one test method in there, which just runs assert true, so it'll pass anyway. But the point is, let's see how we run the actual Surefire plugin. So we can right click on the project, run as, Maven build with 3 dots. And we just type in Surefire plugin name followed by the goal, which is test. Run that. Oh, that's interesting. Look, no test to run. But why is that? Because we have a unit test. It's basically because the Surefire plugin runs the test phase, and the test phase comes after the test sources compilation. We haven't actually compiled our test source classes yet. The compiler.compile only compiles our actual application sources, not our test sources. This highlights a fundamental difference between just running a goal and running a phase. If we ran the test phase, it would go through all the other phases of compiling the application sources, compiling the test sources, and then it would actually run the Surefire plugin on the test phase. But we haven't run any of those because we're just running the goal itself. We can manually run the goal for the compiler test compile goal. We have to run as build with 3 dots. And don't forget we can have multiple goals on here, so we can do the compiler phase and then the test compile, because we want to compile our test sources. And then we separate it with a space, and then we can do the Surefire plugin separated by colon, and then we want to run the test on the Surefire plugin. So that's test. Let's run that again and see what happens. Now, first thing we notice, a bit of downloading going on here. It's the first time I've run the Surefire plugin, and as you can see, we've compiled our test classes. I notice it's in a different structure under target. It's no longer in classes, but the tests go into test-classes. We refresh the package there, F5. Then we head over to the Navigator tab and sample1 project. Under target we have test-classes, and then we have our compile test class that just run by the Surefire plugin. Now what I want to show now is basically how we can almost simulate a build lifecycle of our own. So first of all we want to run a clean to clean everything out. So that's clean plugin with a clean goal. Then we have the compiler plugin with a compile goal. Then space, we've got the compiler plugin with a test compile. And then we can run our test with the Surefire plugin. So it's Surefire and test. So here we have our own mini life cycle, if you like. So we've got the clean, the compile, the test compile, and the test. It's fairly verbose, and the problem is if you get any typos in here, the next time you try to run this again, you have to type it all out again. It's not the best. Run that. Okay, so it's done our clean, compiled our sources, compiled our test sources, and it's run our tests, which have successfully run. And if you click on this hyperlink here, it opens up a text file which has all the output for the various tests. This is also useful when you run a continuous integration environment. So in the next tutorial we're going to look at how we can get away from typing out specific goals and move to a more abstract layer of the life cycle and the phases in the life cycle and the goals that are mapped to those phases within a life cycle.